Amplify Science Plate Motion Engineering Internship, Chapter 1, Day 8, Writing Design Decisions. Step 1 of every daily internship is the taking notes on the daily tasks. So you hop over to the Futura workspace, you take a look at your daily message, and you add to your notes both the date, the topic, and your tasks for the day. We move into the teacher steps. Basically, we're just reviewing all feedback to date. I will pop open the projections. They've been presented before, so just a quick review. You need to keep in mind the types of evidence you've generated, your final results, your design goals, you're comparing other designs, your background research from the dossier. You're going to include those in your responses. You're going to analyze the feedback letter using the suggestions from the coordinator, Hannah, and looking for the language that tells you things you can improve on. Digging deeper into that, looking at the paragraphs and finding where you can make changes. Looking at the rubric, thinking about things like content-specific vocabulary. In other words, vocabulary that we see from the unit in plate motion, from the tsunami design system, formal language writing, going back and constructing your paragraphs, including this language and this evidence that you have. So here we see again the example of the toothbrush and how they included rich science vocabulary and plenty of evidence from their designs. And then further it goes through having you check to make sure that everything that you include is relevant. In this case, they do have background research from the dossier about something about bamboo handles, but for that criterion, in terms of cleanliness, that doesn't apply. Now, you might use that in a different section, but make sure that everything you're addressing in each of the sections in your design decisions applies to just that criterion. When we hop back over and look at the actual revising the design decisions, that means you're in your workspace again, in your actual proposal. Don't get confused between your proposal outline, which is preparing you for this, and your actual proposal. The proposal is what's assessed. These are the 5 paragraphs that get presented to Sri Lanka with all of your decisions in it. So you need to write thorough responses. 1 or 2 sentences doesn't do it. So even though you have text boxes here on the right side of the screen, I felt it necessary, based on looking at your proposal outlines, to give you a little more guidance. So what I did over in the classroom on day 8, if you open day 8, you'll notice there's something called Final Proposal Group Example. And if you open that up, what I've done is copy and pasted the proposal from your workspace into a Google Doc. And then in each of the boxes, provided sample answers. These include thorough answers that have background information, that have criterion, that have evidence and examples. So you can model your answers after these. In other words, as you go through each of the paragraphs, and in day 8, you actually address just these 3 middle paragraphs, read through the paragraph, respond in your proposal. Then come back to the next paragraph, read the paragraph, gather up stuff to put in your response in your proposal. Okay, paragraph by paragraph, we'll build this, and then tomorrow you end up following up on the final 2. And then the last step, of course, is always going back and analyzing your day, making sure you met all the criteria, noting what you have to do tomorrow.